Hello everyone, let's start me. We're going to continue yesterday topic. Woo! We are having a very heavy large. Lots of things happening.
We'll be busy for a while. I wonder if Firefly has returned to reality yet. Hmm.
Oh, coffee.
Seems the older I get, the harder it is to fall asleep.
I'm sure I put it in my pocket.
Sure. Anyway, let's continue. Uh, well, we are tackling the story, and the story is harder than well. As long as it's not the boss, I think I will try. Okay, it's back. For a moment, I thought, oh, it's Arthur. Or Arthur is
You look anxious. Worried about that girl? You can talk to me if you've something on your mind. In this world, there's no one who heals the heart better than a memo keeper.
oh, yeah. I think this is the best I can do with the green screen. It's better, not so much better. Okay, thanks for saying.
I just did what I had to do. You are special, after all. So special that many pairs of eyes are watching your every move.
You go.
Don't worry. That is a one-way door leading to awakened reality. Unless that girl is so stubborn that she refuses to wake up from the dream, which isn't possible. She must be holed up somewhere in the hotel massaging her eyes right now.
To be honest, I don't really like.
It appears you've had some unhappy memories. But it's obvious that this partnership makes the most sense to you, me, and the Express crew, no? So you can take it easy and trust me.
Hmm. Angel, hello. Yes, it's not the beans. You are also not playing beans. So why? I'm confused.
Of course, I'm not the only memo keeper who has come. Penacony has opened its doors to factions beyond the family for the first time. And the Garden must record this historic moment. So you can try working together with others as well, as long as you can see them.
You're not security.
No, I will accompany you into the dream to prevent harm from befalling you all. Memo keepers don't need a dream pool anyway. All right. Drift peacefully off to sleep, and I'll be right with you.
Fatalist. May I enter?
Welcome to Penacony, honored guest.
Back in this familiar room.
This way, darling. What's wrong? Are you not feeling well?
I don't.
I know you're more sensitive to Memoria, thus more easily affected by the dreamscape than others. This is also why I have to accompany you. I shall use my methods to relieve you. Don't worry, as your companions are safe. I had both of them each give me a trinket before I entered the dream. This will allow me to feel their presence in the memory zone. They're already awake in their rooms. Will you be comfortable in following me now? Time waits for no one. We must hurry to the lobby.
March's room is this way. I should go meet up with her.
Her memory tells you that it's beaten to there, they're about to start me.
I know what you're thinking, but alas. That girl isn't in there, and neither is this her room. The moment you stepped into the memory zone, reality's building structures lost all meaning. I can sense that she is in a faraway place right now. In the meantime, if we want to find that lobby the navigator mentioned, we'll have to try a little harder. These poor little things stumbling about. Strange. There appears to be someone else's presence here.
Upgrade configured.
Her? How is this possible?
It's
Are there no staff members here at all? Huh? What are you doing here?
you lost your way again.
Well, not really. I just don't know where I am.
Then you are lost.
We'll have to cut the banter short. Let's first work together and remove these overly friendly children, shall we?
I'm indebted to you both for your help.
Come on, she doesn't need my help.
By the will of the Ten Lords' decree, hereby ordain. Seize the moment! 1,000 wonders to fight as one! What are you looking at? Time to kill!
Okay.
Finally, some peace and quiet. What are the two of you doing here?
We could ask you the same thing.
It's probably not as complicated as it sounds. It's all thanks to a masked fool. Maybe I unwittingly hurt her. And then in a flash of kaleidoscopic light, I ended up here.
You aren't hiding anything, are you?
Hiding? I don't think I'd be capable of that in front of a memo keeper.
How about in front of me?
That's not what I meant. It's just a figure of speech. Your arrival is timely. This dreamscape is fraught with danger. Since our destination is the same, how about we join forces? I can protect you from harm, but in the memory zone, I'll need assistance from the memo keeper as well. And if we run into the family, it wouldn't hurt to have one more person to explain the situation.
What do you think?
Never hurts to have Mark.
Thank you. I'm truly grateful. Glad to be traveling with you again, Miss Black Swan.
I truly hope so.
That's it?
Oh god.
This room. Why is it upside down?
The memory zone is constantly shifting its form. Looks like we'll have to think of a way to walk on the ceiling.
We're standing on the ceiling right now.
Miss Acheron's words speak sense. Regardless, we have to reach that flat surface hanging overhead. And we're not scaling the pillar, of course. I'll teach everyone some traversal tricks used in the memory zone.
Okay.
I shall be the judge.
Welcome, customers. Do you know who I... This big diamond! It's all yours! Time to twirl!
This is serious. Recount.
Let's be friends. Yeah! Oh dear! Hey! Do you know who I... This big diamond! It's all yours! Time to twirl!
Okay. Hey.
We make a pretty good team.
Still in denial? I shall be the judge. By the will of the 10 lords.
Oh, I have have like one it's beyond this.
Time to twirl! We make a pretty good team.
How about it? Can you feel the memoria flowing around you? Next, find a suitable spot and try walking up the wall.
This is serious. Recount.
Welcome, customers. What are you looking at? Hey! Time to twirl!
Okay.
We make a pretty good team.
It worked. You really can walk up walls.
A memory zone of this level is mere child's play to a memo keeper. Come on, Let's head out through the front door.
Peace.
I mean, this was easier than many other things that I had of it.
I shall be the judge.
Honored to meet me. Time to twirl.
Recount. Give it up. I shall be the judge.
Seize the moment. Hey! Time to twirl.
There. Oh, it's okay. I got wow, that's an elite. Oh god, I already learned it. That with this thing I should not fight elite. Yeah, I learned the hard way. Oh, you know, you forgot.
This is a dead end.
Oh,
You're natural, aren't you? You're a prodigy at remembrance.
oh, there is a teleport. God.
We've arrived. There's an elevator here, just like in the lobby. We should be able to reach our destination with it.
Oh, got it.
But the memory zone up ahead appears to be severely twisted. Be careful, everyone.
Oh,
See? I told you it wasn't going to be that simple. Where is this?
this is boss fight. Nice brain. Let me see. I think this thing is the best for output. This is a brute force thing of the hoping that the enemy is weak to imaginary. But if I were to give the benefits of the doubt, that
This door is locked too.
There's no end to this. Let me try.
see the memo there are
This memory zone is overly twisted. I have to use an elegant method, so you two, please give me a little time. Got it. I can see the core of this dreamscape. And there are members of the family, and some figures trying to find their way forward. It appears that your friends aren't faring too well. 1, 2, 3.
That's Firefly.
Wait. 3. There's a third person seeking the way to the lobby. Wait. It's the girl who was with you.
Those states already had turned to reality.
It eludes me, but there is a known semblance in the memory zone, mirroring the essence she radiates. What reason does she have to delve so deep into the dreamscape? Is she running? No. Running away? Something's right behind her. This is not good. Everyone, we must hurry. There's no time. I'll just have to break the rules and use some methods to help you phase through the memory zone. I picked up slivers of her thoughts in the memory zone. These will help you form an impression of her. Now, you must hang on to these thoughts with all your might and shape them in your mind. I caught some very familiar memories just now. She's not the only old friend who has appeared here. There was also a third party at the scene when you ran into danger. That memory zone meme. It is here as well.
Okay, that's definitely.
Won't give up. Won't give up.
Hurry, through here.
The gates shut, are so stirred by the thrilling frenzy and play along, extending to the deep cab, thinking, when the hatch opens again, what behind. Behold, perhaps no one can fight indescribable through the darkness, flows from your chest to your throat. Focus on Goofy, you from this rampart.
In my dream, I saw scorched earth and a new sapling emerging from it. It bloomed against the morning sun and whispered to me, "Why do people choose to sleep?" I think
Parents fight.
it's because they're afraid to awaken from the dream.
Watch out! A dangerous presence lurks nearby.
Everyone, be on your guard.
You alright?
What this?
Look at me. Calm down. Deep breaths. Alright?
Allow me. Relax. You'll be fine.
Don't worry.
I'm really sorry, but I have to leave for a short while. Death still hovers about, and I must personally ensure Miss Himiko and Miss March 7th's safety, and warn them. I'll leave him to you, Miss Acheron.
I'm sorry for what happened. I was too focused on that girl and got sloppy.
No, it's not her.
It was my hesitation that caused her to lose her life. I'm sorry.
It's not her.
But if in that moment, I chose to draw my blade... Sorry, I had no choice.
The priority is to figure out.
Yes, we will. But not yet. Before the hunt, we should keep our eyes peeled and consider where the true enemies are hiding and how to fight them. Do not let pain dictate your thoughts. Compose yourself and you will walk the right path. Once, someone said to me, "No compassion for the enemy, for that is cruelty upon yourself. But you must see clearly who the true enemy is. And then, with one swing of your blade, you must understand its meaning and the price you pay." This is the only advice I have.
How can
for
we
you
have Honkai 2 days
from
in a
someone
row?
burdened with a blood debt.
Because it's a big update, and this update I could not end in one string of 5 hours. That's how big it is.
I'm back. Miss Himiko has something to tell you. There's good news and bad news.
The Memo Keeper's hands over Memo Gloves and Memo Boots as instructing and then feelings to their body. It consolidate in consultation. You see, Himeko and March time together obscured by the family. What understand by them by the family.
I understand the situation
I
now.
understand this.
Please take him and retreat to a safe location.
A safe location.
If time allows, you can investigate Firefly's matter first. Meet later at Clocky's statue.
Which is why I must undertake Miss Himiko's request and bring both of you back to reality. I'm glad to see that you're fine. Let us reach a safe place before speaking again.
Miss Black Swan, do you not intend to open some sort of teleporter?
I don't recommend that. His mental state is unstable, so we'd have to avoid any rough traversal methods like just now. Also, while we're departing, we can still do more for Miss Firefly, can't we? Some remnants of her presence linger nearby. Seize the chance to etch them into your remembrance before they're gone.
If we can start investigating on the way, that'd be good.
Let's go. We have to find another path.
Sorry, but could you give me a few more minutes? I have some unfinished business.
You watch our content always remember that was very of see her pause versus her most gathering
May death be the end of your boundless dream, guiding you back to the waking world. Let's go.
This way. Follow me.
a half face of my life poor companion okay. The number of musics I'm getting absurd.
Will of preservation!
Let's wait and see.
What's going on? Why is it getting hot in the Memoria?
You've noticed it too. Like something is burning.
Whew.
Give it up. Recount.
Seize the moment. Time to twirl. We make a pretty good team.
This is serious. I shall be the judge.
Do you know who I... This big diamond! It's all yours! Hey! Time to twirl!
Recount.
Whew. I was afraid about that.
How am I gonna get that time back? Hey!
These are all charred remains.
They're still smoldering. The culprit can't have gotten far.
I suppose we can slow down for now then. They're all just burning remembrances. A stark contrast to this deep sea.
Careful. These traces are fresh. Our unsought guest isn't far away.
Okay, it's so annoying that I don't know when we're going to get that. The main of this creature bears narrow and evident face by you spark densely and resembling scattered stars apart beyond of lower.
Looks like this monster was slain by a thermic weapon.
The two crystal weapon he will have up to 18 cannot support any force.
Looks like this monster died of a hyperthermic reaction.
Those adults appears in foreign ways. This is very very curiosity.
Something's off. These traces are fresh. Someone just left the scene. Would this person have anything to do with what's happened just now?
I cannot reach a conclusion with so few clues.
Just listen to your gut. You were the one who said that the remembrance doesn't lie.
From the memories of these carcasses, that person was tall and much stronger than an adult male. The method was clean and crisp. All one-strike kills. Maybe a mercenary or an assassin. He entered through the door from the lobby and went farther into the hotel. If that's the case, he should have seen everything that happened here. I take back what I said. We have to hurry to that memory zone where Miss Firefly's presence was imprinted. Considering what this person can do, if his goal is that place as well, there won't be anything left there. You two this way. I'll try to create a stable shortcut for you. Look. Upon leaving the lobby, the structure has become chaotic. Phase through that corridor and be careful. Do not alert the meme.
This is serious. Recount.
Seize the moment! Time to twirl!
Do you know who I...
This big...
How do you use the...
It's all yours! Time to twirl! We make a pretty good team.
Still in denial? I shall be the judge.
1,000 wonders to rate and fight as one! Honored to meet me. Time to twirl!
Do you know who I...
This big
Has not
It's all yours! Time to twirl! We make a pretty good team.
We are going to meet Stan. I'm glad to have that. I hope Stan. Oh, he should be weak to wind.
This is truly a magnificent sight. It's this room, then.
Yes. More precisely, it's right below.
Are you going to teach me to face two walls now?
You two may not be able to phase through physical structures like memo keepers, but I've got a great idea that will help you safely reach the floor right below this room. It's really easy. See this chandelier? Next, we want to create some reasonably small movements. Still remember what I taught you? Feel the flow of the memoria. Walk up the wall, and then get close to it.
Okay.
This is serious. the will of the Ten Lords. The Ten Lords' decree, hereby ordain.
Time to twirl! We make a pretty good team.
Give it up. I shall be the judge.
Welcome, customers. Hey! Time to twirl!
Okay.
We make a pretty good team.
I don't. Oh, the different. So far, nothing.
Recount.
Let's be friends. What are you looking for? Perfect. Time to twirl!
Oh,
I shall be the judge.
Welcome, customers. Yeah! Time to twirl! Hit! How am I gonna get that time back? Acceptable quality.
Recount.
Let's be friends. Hey! Time to twirl!
Still in denial? I shall be the judge.
Yeah! Yeah! Time to twirl! Perfect. Here, try this. Better late than never.
Recount.
Do you know who this big
I will not let that happen.
It's all yours!
He's very annoying. Let me see. I need to see the map. I am missing one. There I am. So I suppose I'm here. There is a save point here. I think I will go to Imagine the modified. If I take this, it's going to. Yeah, it. Oh, I have three? I thought that I was only have one. I'm so. Oh, okay. Back to the main thing. This is going to be a boss fight.
Look, a solitary chain. Go say hello to it.
Oh,
Look, it's common sense and easy, right?
Are we jumping down from here?
Don't worry. I'll do something about it. Let me stack the dream bubbles to give everyone a nice, soft landing. Okay, here we go.
We landed safely. This is amazing.
Don't imitate the Memo Keeper without the accompaniment of one. Well, wouldn't it be lovely if these nosy newcomers found their way back home?
Didn't hurt.
Don't get complacent.
let me start.
Receive divinity.
Thanks. You're too good to me.
I'm on guard.
We're just having fun.
Stand still. Good times. Time to say bye. Boom.
Oh, that.
No one will disturb us now. Here, how about I show you a little magic trick? Are you ready? Don't be too surprised.
Is that... Firefly?
Yes, it's what this room left behind. The memories of her. The slight trembling of the ground. The fleeting reflections on the screen. The flow of memoria. I gathered and reproduced them in fragments. As for the context, we'll need to sort that out a bit. Hurry along now. Recreating memories on this scale takes quite a toll on me.
That thing I encountered with my Trailblazer friend back then. If I'm not wrong, it has to do with the Watchmaker.
She mentioned... your name.
Thinking of you even in your absence. Seems like you two were pretty close. She seems to be sharing her discovery with someone. And it's related to the Watchmaker.
She has no idea that she'll become a victim.
This is going to.
If I could try again.
She stares at the screens. Is she looking at herself in the mirror? What does she mean by try again?
Let's get going.
Let's? Is there someone else?
Calm down, Firefly. Stay calm.
She seems very nervous.
Yes. What is making her so nervous? With all this in mind, Firefly and her companion, there should only be one, have entered this corridor together.
Why did you... This isn't what we agreed on.
The situation has changed, and it seems that companion has deviated from the original plan.
Perhaps, judging from the outcome, this is that person's true intention.
Why?
Who forced her to go that way? And
Mecca? What an intriguing statement. I recall the Bloodhound family is pursuing a criminal, a tall male in silver armor.
The door! It won't open! It's a dead end!
based on these fragmented pieces of information, it seems Firefly's companion betrayed her halfway and trapped her alone in this room, disappearing without a trace. But why?
She mentioned that this transaction involves the Watchmaker, and that often means stepping on many people's toes. They might have had their eyes on the legacy, or wanted to silence another who knew too much. Or there could be a deeper secret tucked away in this memory zone. And to hook that elusive prize, one needs the right bait.
Do you mean Firefly?
This is just the worst-case scenario. But think about it. If the mastermind behind all this is nearby, why would he let us look around freely? Unless there's something else he cares more about and needs. Or should I say, is verifying. She had no other way to leave but from the side corridor.
The door!
Based on these fragmented pieces of information, it seems Firefly...
She mentioned that they might have...
Do you mean...
There's something else.
Fuck. What? I'll be running away.
There's actually a path here.
Unpredictable pathways pointing toward a wandering meme. She was completely lost in the memory zone. Unpredictable pathways pointing toward...
Okay.
It's an exit. Following this path should lead me out of this place.
Unfortunately, this path ultimately leads one to the lair of death. Unfortunately,
Finally back in the lobby. If that's the case.
she thought she had escaped, but... After that, it's the end.
Everyone, over there.
Is the game good?
It seems like someone has been awaiting us. Ready to step into the spotlight now. Stellaron Hunter Sam.
I knew. Anyway, yeah, the game is... I knew that was the...
Careful.
A Galaxy Ranger. And a Memo Keeper. Leave now and nobody gets hurt. Or else, all of you will die here. The detective game is over. You shouldn't be here.
Don't get complacent. What are you waiting for? The customer is king. And for me to portray the
Oh.
well,
This will be
make it
good.
worth my while.
This will be.
Receive divinity.
I owe you one. I'm on guard. Defend the weak.
We're just having
Relax.
I will set the seas ablaze.
Good times never last. Time to say bye. Boom.
Step 1, implementation. Oh.
Stand still.
eternal sleep is not the dead.
Okay, he's not too weak to that.
That which is seized must be repaid.
I will defend.
Sounds like more business.
Relax.
Once you're back in the real world, remember to tell everyone about the Stellaron Hunter who was behind your ultimate departure. Execution underway.
Yep, it was good. That's a defense.
Flaming lance. Forward.
Implementation.
Watch the face.
Good times never last. Time to say bye. Boom.
Defend the weak.
Stand still.
Now commencing. Scorched Earth operations.
Abyss flower, bloom.
Thanks. You're too good to me.
What are you waiting for? The customer.
Oh, he's making me not be able to heal. I can see that.
Eternal sleep is not
It's
the
better for me to restore I should not let him to move the way he wants.
Time to go on the offensive. Lance ablaze. Flaming lance.
Oh, wait, he didn't got imprisoned. That's bad.
Good times never last. Time to say bye. Boom.
Step 1, implementation.
Watch the face! We're just having fun!
Relax.
Allow me to see you off.
Okay, it
Receive
should be that.
divinity.
Thanks. You're too good to me. That breathing sensation.
Incinerate and detonate. If that's the case.
Leave the dance stage to them, my dear.
What a show. Well, thank you for your efforts, Memo Keeper. Quite a brilliant move to pit enemies against each other. When I first saw the Ranger and the Hunter together, my heart skipped a beat. I never thought you'd successfully trigger a conflict between the two.
As promised, I've delivered the child to you. Our transaction is complete.
You two are in this together.
Looks like our nameless friend over here is still confused. Let me explain. In short, you need to thank this lady here, my friend. Not only did she not betray you, on the contrary, she rescued you. From that Galaxy Ranger. Right. I do enjoy seeing that shocked expression of yours. My friend, let's be honest. That woman named Acheron isn't as simple as you thought. Did she say she's a Galaxy Ranger? She's actually an emanator who brings death and finality.
I am an Ator. Akron has hypocrites, but
But? Oh, there's no but. This is the truth. Let me give you some IPC insider information, my friend. Do you know Duke Inferno? Fatora's Ifrit?
I fought him.
Nicely done. As expected. I'll cut to the chase then. This Duke Inferno is a fire demon from Fatora. He's an energy life form, and it's rumored that his birth is related to a certain genius.
I know.
He and his thugs formed Everflame Mansion, and viewed Nanook as their savior. In actuality, they were led by this Duke to go around burning and looting, practicing the will of destruction. And even the other Annihilation gangs weren't spared. I'm not sure what the family was thinking, or perhaps someone was scheming behind the scenes. But, shockingly, these characters received an invitation. And why would the Everflame Mansion decline? They harbor fierce intentions, swearing to turn the planet of festivities into a sea of blazing flames. But there's no need to worry. They won't be able to attend. Do you know why? Because Ifrit is dead.
What happened?
They were eliminated on their way. The assailant, demonstrating remarkable expertise, ruthlessly ended Ifrit and swiped the invitation that the Annihilation Gang had in their possession. The Everflame Mansion disbanded, each going their separate ways. Thereafter, a mysterious Galaxy Ranger arrived on Penacony, checking into the hotel with only a music box. Do you still need me to continue the story, my friend?
Akron defeat. It was Akron.
The Galaxy Rangers come and go like shadows, and there's little communication between them. Her story is almost too perfect. If she remains silent, there's no concrete evidence against her. While the IPC can investigate, it'll take some time. So, my friend, the choice is yours now. You can leave this place immediately, without looking back, and forever forsake the chance to get closer to the truth. Or, you can accept my invitation and learn a truth. A truth potent enough to upend everything in Penacony. I need your help. So I'll wait, but not for long. Once you are ready, follow me. As for aligning with me, see the truth first, then decide. You'll still have time.
Acheron is the emanator of a particular eon? Can I really believe Aventurine? But he gave me a choice. Maybe I should talk to Black Swan again.
What's Emanator?
Oh god. The Emanator is someone that you could say like there is God and there is angel on the hierarchy. That the and Emanator would be close to an angel for a god. Indeed.
My. You look like a small injured animal. Are you still willing to talk to me? Of course, I'm still willing to be your psychotherapist.
You betrayed me.
I admit I made a transaction with that gentleman to bring you before him, but this is also a safe place. He needs you. It's essential if we want to reclaim Penacony. Recognizing his immense potential and the invaluable memories he can help me gather, I opted to join forces with him. In Penacony, everyone may be lying, and yes, that includes me. I can't deny this, nor do I seek forgiveness. But do you still remember? I said, I have faith in your potential, and that's not a lie. The Garden of Recollection wants to witness the future of the Astral Express trailblazing the cosmos. And as for these memories, I will treasure them. I do not have reasons to hurt any of you. Instead, I will continue to assist you. Provided you are willing to accept my assistance. My take on this might surprise you. In my view, he's a trustworthy individual. Not for any other reason, but because he's an exceptional businessman. In this vast universe, no one values honesty in contracts more than a merchant. But always be on guard, particularly when making agreements with him. Scrutinize the details. Beyond the confines of the contract, your rights are off his radar. He'll go to extreme lengths to ensure his advantage.
I trusted Hang time is more Dr. Rachel. That's the problem compared to Aventura. Who do you think is the master?
I still believe that Miss Firefly's situation is deeply connected with the Stellaron Hunter, just as we speculated. But, as you've heard, Aventurine has his finger pointed at the Galaxy Ranger. I can't fathom why he'd draw that conclusion, but given his access to the IPC's intelligence network, we should seriously consider his perspective. Moreover, I believe Miss Acheron is also hiding something. No. In fact, I should say she's hiding everything from us.
Yeah, Acheron
It was an unexpected finding from an earlier encounter. With regards to the Annihilation Gang, I can also prove that what Aventurine said was the truth. That's why, during this golden soiree, she is the dance's centerpiece.
Good evening, Violet. Oh my god. So, I was expecting the Annihilation Gang to appear at some time, but they are a bit dead. Are you wanting to go to...
Why, of course. But now is not the time. I know you're confused and sad. Whoever that girl might have been, a living soul, a memory that was meant to last. She simply vanished, like the dissolution of bubbles in water, disappearing in an instant. No matter what, I hope you can trust Aventurine. Or rather, trust me and see the truth with your own eyes. This can lead us deeper into the secrets behind Penacony. I will protect you. Once I gather more information from him, I'll make sure you're safely returned to your companions. For the truth, and to prevent more unnecessary sacrifices. It is the right choice.
Alright.
Later, I'll stay by your side as a mimetic entity, just in case. Time to set off.
I would first like turn.
Go and meet Aventurine, or I could still choose not to help.
Excellent. I knew you would come. By the way, about that memo keeper... Never mind. I won't press the issue further. I've said before you can liaise with your companions, or even twist the narrative against me. I'll wholeheartedly embrace it. It signifies your potential. I don't do deals where I'm on the losing end. So, my friends, don't let me down. Please, this way, if you will. Oh, right. I remember mentioning something after that. What was it again? A familiar hallway, a familiar room. Do you remember? Last time we met was right here. This is it. Just beyond this door. Take a deep breath and get ready. Oh, I remember. My friend. After that, we played an enjoyable game. Tell me, doesn't this feel eerily familiar? I remember everything now. This was what I told you at that time. Look, friend. The game has already begun. Allow me to make you an offer. One you can't refuse. No reason to choose otherwise. And no other choices.
I'm back.
Welcome back. How is your preparation for the performance coming?
It's fine. Don't worry.
It's fine? No, this is not good. You're the pride of the family. Don't let those unnecessary emotions affect your perfect pitch.
No. Brother, you seem to be in low spirit. What's happened? Is it because of the Watchmaker's guest list?
Yes, I received the report that death had taken some of them. Perhaps someone was behind it. I'm sorry, I forgot you just came back. You probably wouldn't know about it. Somehow, a nightmare called death has descended upon Penacony, striking indiscriminately, bringing spiritual death to all equally. In the utopian dreamscape envisioned by the family, such sorrowful incidents shouldn't arise. It profoundly undermines the equilibrium and serenity of the dreamscape. How detestable.
I can't believe this has happened. Was someone killed again?
Yes. There were two. One was a stowaway, the other was you. That's enough, fool. Your deeds have saddened me.
Pretty sharp, aren't you, chicken-winged boy?
The Odes of Harmony talks about honesty. The words of a fool begins with foolishness and end in treacherous arrogance. Please leave. Their dreamscape doesn't welcome you.
Oh, come on, lighten up. Why so serious with all the quotations and references? I'm just curious. Now things have come to this. Is the family still unwilling to fight? I mean, your darling sister's already a goner, right? Really? Don't tell me you're not craving a little vengeance.
It's not yet time. When the fated day arrives, I shall mete out justice with unyielding righteousness.
Wow, you can endure that much? Truly a heart of ice you've got there. Hey, maybe we could actually get along. How about this? I'll stand in for your dear sister at events. Surely you don't want the world to hear the Charmony Festival's been called off.
The family has a plan. And do not dishonor my dear sister with your deceitful tongue again, fool.
All right. Just putting it out there. If you're ever in a pinch, remember, I've got your back. I mean, who could resist a guy rocking spikes on his wings?
There's no need. The malefactor has been exposed under their radiant gaze, and will soon fall by their own machinations. Should the transgressor fail to turn away from this path, their sword will be honed, their bow strung, causing the malevolence the perpetrator spreads to befall them. And when that time comes, the heathen will realize they're but a mere mortal, doomed to descend into the netherworld. And I will join their vanguard to announce this good news to you personally, Watchmaker.
Nice.
Oh my god. That's a lot. Okay. How much do you know about the heavily indefinite pursuit, the heavily innovation? You see that every guest have seen the notice on their landscape best. The majority of guests you have no risk of explanation provided by the family. However, should one have a particular hunger for the truth, they may not have delved too deep in order to find holes in this story. If you are a natural person of truth and integrity and respect for the truth, please feel free to contact Singer. The still reported 15 times. We have a side TikTok. Oh, it's locked. Stop. Stop. We have a read TikTok. Special deal. That's an IP. Dr. Edward can contact. Don't just donate a dream bubble for story. Service expect reward. How did you know I
Kanto's
did?
Doki Doki Literature Club Plus is free on Epic Store now.
Doki Doki Literature Club is free, if I'm not wrong. I don't remember if the plus version. What's crazy if you do it? So this is the. I believe it's
It's
the.
free for 1 week. Check it out.
Oh yes, it's the Sparkle event. Um,
When you've redeemed it, you can keep it forever.
hmm. So I believe that I need to do this event of the Dr. Edward. This is the event one. Considering that this is a side event, it should not have been very hard. So I will not give priority. So receiving it, I think will be. Uh, we have 45 days, so no hurry. We are kinda ahead of the schedule. Uh, we can do the sparkle. I think it's the most interesting one. All the others are just the hot burn.
It's getting late. Where to now?
Why it's always 16?
Trailblazers from the Astral Express, welcome to the Dreamscape Sale Store.
Don't play no Steve guys.
Long time no see. Diamond. I've already made the necessary preparations. Be careful. We did pass the safety inspection stipulated by Article 027, damaged ferrets, and Article 076, real wasteland. However, this dreamscape will feature unfiltered and unpolished fresh melon. It will make you a very vivid experience. Veteran gamers call this type of dream a thrill dream. I don't know if you're into that kind of thing. If you feel any discomfort, please leave the dreamscape immediately and seek professional medical help. Luckily, I just so happen to be an excellent doctor, albeit a psychiatric one. Let us begin. Please, close your eyes and rest your forehead on the dream bubble. Oh yes, I nearly forgot. That elegant girl mentioned something before she went.
The nature of this memory is special. Don't ruin the dreamscape experience for anyone else by spoiling the ending.
Such noise. Okay. Oh. I- Let's have it the best thing ever. This thing is packaged.
In my estimation, there is no question about it. This is murder.
Murder. Such a foreign word to us. The people of Penacony could never come to any harm while under the watchful protection of the family. In a dream, even if you're bashed 1,000 times with a hammer, at worst, you'll still wake up in reality in a hotel.
Not necessarily. Even if the result does not constitute harm, the criminal intent is clear enough. You specifically came here to cordon off the scene because of the unsavory nature of this case, right?
You're not wrong. Even if there are no casualties, being smashed over the head with a hammer in the middle of the street for no reason at all? This is not the kind of thing that happens on Penacony. You are guests of the Oak family, so you may investigate the crime scene. I'll be on standby over here.
Are you a witch? Just how did you manage to convince them in the blink of an eye that we're some kind of detectives?
How did?
Just some suggestions at the memory level. If something happens in everybody's memory, then that something becomes a fact. If we had a little more time, I could have even convinced her I was Shipe the Harmony. Then, on to the next order of business. Let's discuss your companion, shall we?
Memo Keeper of the Garden of Recollection. I've been watching you for quite some time. You stole a glance at me when you first entered the hotel. You followed me wherever I went inside the dreamscape. In the windows along the commercial street. In the pond water reflections of the Iden Park. Even in the reflections of the wine glass. Everywhere. My dear, do you have a crush on me? Well then, seeing as you're so interested in me, let's play a little game. I left a puzzle for you near OT Mall. Solve it and prove that you're capable of pleasing me. If you can solve it, then we can talk. Don't leave me waiting, my dear. Before Penacony gets flipped upside down, try to find me, catch me, and stop me.
There's actually more than one memo keeper who's come to Penacony. She's mixed me up with someone else. But no harm, no foul. The address that the mask gave you is right here. But you never would have thought that when Miss Sparkle mentioned a game, she was talking about wanton slaughter on the streets of Penacony. Such a direct act of provocation is enough to get my competitive side worked up too.
Madam, forgive me. I had no idea about anything she said. As you saw, I went through a brain scan and everything. I'm just a friend, helping her deliver a letter. That's all. I never knew this was actually a declaration of warfare. They say you shouldn't kill the messenger. So, maybe you can just, let me go. You all are the big shots here. I'm really not on your level.
What a frightened look you have. Don't worry. Since this has nothing to do with you, I won't be suspecting you of anything. Why don't you come take a stroll with me?
Oh, seems like I can't escape being an assistant detective. Oh, fine. It's all fine. No big deal.
If there's anything you'd like to know, please ask away.
Who was the victim?
An IPC employee named Shamari. Eyewitnesses reported that a tall, strong man wearing a large robe with long sleeves walked right past Shamari, and suddenly assaulted him with a hammer. Shamari collapsed on the spot and woke up from the dream. The murderer vanished in a flash.
Ooh, that sounds just like Sparkle. Her best asset is transforming her appearance to look like someone else.
Who are those two little guys?
Seems like the assailants stole the troop from elsewhere and deliberately placed them here. What nerve. They don't even have the slightest consideration for public order. Those two have clammed up. I wonder if you two could help pry open their mouths.
Looks like a puzzle that Sparkle has left behind for you.
Any leads yet?
This is a developing case, so there aren't many clues yet. All we have to go by are the weapon used by the assailant and the victim's ID. They didn't even take the weapon with them. Sounds like they're trying to provoke us. Despicable.
Where's Mr. Shamari right now? I'd like to meet him.
I'm afraid you can't. The Oaks came forward and calmed him down. Mr. Shamari expressed that he understands the unpredictable nature of dreams, and went on to vacation in another dreamscape. Best not to bother him. Guest experiences always have to come first.
Oh, I'm afraid by the time we find him, half of Penacony will have been sent back to reality by Sparkle.
Looks like we'll have to play this little game of sparkles then.
Lady Black Swan, you're here! I'm the constable, and this here assisting me is the bailiff for this case.
Mr. Coldfeet, why'd you do it?
So they can talk after all. Miss Black Swan, they're heading straight for you.
Don't interrupt, I wasn't talking to you. Ahem. I understand Lady Black Swan has quite the intellect. I'm sure you'll be able to get to the bottom of the Sparkle murder case.
The Sparkle murder case? Wasn't the victim Shamari from the IPC?
You're wrong, Lady Black Swan. The victim is evidently none other than the matriarch of the Goldhammer family, Miss Sparkle Goldhammer.
Oh, I guess Miss Sparkle has written herself into the skit here, and this has nothing to do with the actual case. Goldhammer? Is that her real surname?
Never heard of it. Sounds made up. Sparkle doesn't sound like a real name either.
Miss Sparkle was supposed to receive 3 valiant warriors at the Goldhammer residence today, but upon their arrival, all they found was her body. Miss Sparkle had been smashed over the head by a hammer and died on the spot. Such a brutal act of violence.
My investigations discovered that the 3 warriors were supposed to escort supplies back to their territory the day before, but they were unexpectedly ambushed by the Annihilation Gang. They narrowly escaped and barely got away with their lives, finding their supplies almost completely raided. So they all shared a motive for killing Miss Sparkle, to escape punishment.
So the 3 of them teamed up to kill her.
Huh?
Is the case closed?
No, there can only be one murderer. It's not an unsolved mystery if there are 3 murderers. Hang on. Wait.
If you can't justify it, don't bother.
Got it! Those 3 were all vying against each other to be number 2. They couldn't have cooperated on anything. So it must have been in one of them acting alone.
That actually doesn't make much sense. Even if they were on bad terms, those three...
Please begin your investigation, Lady Black Swan. There are lots of clues at the crime scene that are sure to help you apprehend the real culprit.
I've got the case file right here. If you want to learn more about the suspects, talk to me. Lady Black Swan, allow me to introduce the three suspects to you. Lefton, Zhongshan, and Wright. Lefton is one of Miss Sparkle's chief lieutenants, whose right hand was unfortunately severed while he was valiantly fighting off the Annihilation Gang. He's now learning how to write and hold a fork with his left hand. How tough that must be! Then there's Zhongshan. This guy's a coward who ran away as soon as a group spotted some bandits along the road. He ended up smashing into the side of a cliff and getting his face disfigured. It's a real shame, as he used to be one of the rare handsome men left around town. Last of all comes Wright. This guy was so insatiably greedy that he still came back to try and embezzle the rest of the supplies after they narrowly escaped with their lives, lying about how the gang had taken off with everything. Lefton and Zhongshan were so incensed that they broke his legs.
Good night, Violet.
Confused here? Left on? Right? Is this some kind of joke?
What? Where did you get that idea from? Do you need me to go over it all again?
That won't be necessary. I've memorized every detail.
No wonder you're a memo keeper.
Look! An ID card. Talent Motivation Department, Shamari. Is this the victims?
Mr. Shamari's belongings should have disappeared alongside him as he woke from the dreamscape. The fact that this ID is here means Miss Sparkle placed it here on purpose to prove that she definitely attacked someone.
Holy moly! This hammer is super heavy! This must be the murder weapon for the Sparkle murder case!
Miss Sparkle also used it to attack Mr. Shamari.
I'm barely able to lift this using both hands! I have no idea how Sparkle could ever use this to hit a target!
That monkey's annoying.
Is that all the evidence? How are we meant to solve this with so little to go on? Oh, you scared me! When did you pop out?
The two pieces of evidence that you found are related to the attack on Shamari. Miss Sparkle didn't leave them lying around for no reason. They're clues to the puzzle. But there are still some other clues that were placed in other areas, so they won't spoil the crime scene.
Isn't that a bit unnecessary?
No. It's disruptive to have a stack of irrelevant things crowding a crime scene. Miss Sparkle is a law-abiding citizen who'd never bring extra trouble to the family.
Seems quite nice of her, if you ask me.
Looks like Miss Sparkle is adding a little spice to the investigation. Let's take her up on her offer then. Mr. Assistant Detective, this way.
Okay.
What's this little device here for? Could you please let me know? It looks like a little button.
Don't push it, Lady Black Swan. Whatever you do, don't push it! That's the mutually assured destruction button that Miss Sparkle installed. Once pushed, Miss Sparkle and the entirety of Penacony will instantaneously go up in smoke. Miss Sparkle also has her own button. The second she pushes it, you and the entirety of Penacony will instantaneously go up in smoke.
That sounds like both buttons can do the exact same thing.
Correct. Exactly the same.
Oh,
Aren't you going to ask me why?
okay. Why?
Because she is fair.
This is nuts!
You know that you are bad when you are rude.
What's this? A plush toy?
Regardless of why it's designed to look like the conductor aboard the Astral Express, this doll, is it connected to the case?
Have you ever heard of something called a red herring in detective stories? It's a fake clue that leads you down the wrong path.
I see. Well, when it's so obvious, doesn't that defeat the purpose?
That's just in case you didn't realize the ingenuity of Miss Sparkle and were worried about her throwing out a random, useless clue.
I see. Thank you for your keen insight. Then, let's pretend we were misled by a red herring. This doll, could it be connected to the case?
You don't have to play along that hard, you know.
This notice seems like a hint for us from Miss Sparkle.
Prevent criminals from hurting or breaching loves Miss Clark. The Gold Hammer residents shall abide by regulated from today on. All returns and visits must enter and exit the Golden Hammer residence in a fast fitness. Those who cannot pass the fast fitness will be placed on the spot. The regulations are effective.
That sounded like a story from ancient times. And why did the facial recognition system suddenly go out?
This is so her style, isn't it? Doesn't look like there are any more clues. Let's head back to the crime scene.
Next, should we pin down the identity of the perpetrator? This evidence, I've been staring at it all day, but there's nothing that can identify the perp. Lefton, that guy lost his hand. Remember Zhongshan's face was disfigured after the incident at the cliff? Right? I remember this one best. Right has a broken leg.
Why don't we flip the question and start by asking who couldn't be the murderer? After all, there are only 3 suspects, so elimination could be a valid method.
If you put it like that, then do you already have someone in mind? Tell me, come on. So, who exactly is the murderer? I remember this one best. Wright has a broken leg. So, who remember Zhongshan's fate?
Poor guy. He was seriously injured and was all wrapped up in bandages to keep his good looks safe. If that's the case, then he couldn't have made it through the Goldhammer Residence's facial recognition system. That would suggest that Zhongshan is not the murderer.
So, who Lefton?
Based on the bailiff's statement, Lefton's dominant hand was seriously injured to the point where he had to learn how to live using only his left hand. Swinging that giant sledgehammer to murder someone, that must be hard for him. Probably impossible. Lefton's suspicion level can be downgraded.
By process of elimination, it seems that only Wright could be the murderer. That was easy. Let's tell the constable our answer and see what he thinks.
Please begin your investigation, Lady Black Swan. There are lots of clues at the crime scene that are sure to help you apprehend the real culprit.
The murderer is Wright.
Babe! You have answered correctly! As expected, you didn't disappoint, Lady Black Swan. Game rules stipulate I must tell you where the next puzzle is.
Huh? The next puzzle? I didn't sign up for this.
Looks like the key to winning lies not in the puzzle itself, but in the motives behind Miss Sparkle's strange behavior. I'm afraid this chase may just go on forever.
I have to remind you that Sparkle is a masked fool? Do you plan on finding logic in the mind of a masked fool?
That's exactly what I plan on doing. Even if it's just subjective, there must be an overall principle behind the behavior. Memories cannot lie, and hers may just understand more about her than she does herself. Right now, let's follow her train of thought and head to the next puzzle. I hope this time we can get ahead of the Bloodhound family. I want to try and avoid using my Memo Keeper powers.
So why are you so focused on Sparkle's challenge? Or should I ask, are you more focused on Sparkle herself?
I told you, it's purely out of a spirit of competitiveness. And as a Memo Keeper, I also have to fulfill my responsibilities and harvest some interesting memories.
Once again, another moment of peace has passed golden hour by. And that concludes the news. I wish you all safe and sound dreams.
Whoa, this place is a complete mess. And those two weirdos are probably here too.
There's nobody else at the scene. Seems like Miss Sparkle used the same method to send dreamers back to reality. Let's talk to those two there, then.
Oh, Detective Black Swan and Detective Seppo! You finally made it!
We don't know what we'd do without your help.
Why are you talking like that?
Is this some sort of artistic performance that young people are into these days?
Is there something wrong with the way we are talking? Deputy Sheriff, am I talking in a strange way?
Oh, of course not, Sheriff. The way you talk is no stranger than the cat that climbs the apple tree in my grandma's backyard.
Huh. The skit this time is a modernist one.
Let's discuss this difficult case then. The victim is a galactic business magnate named Sparkle.
Her again? Sparkle really is obsessed with scripting her own death.
Oh, for the laughter. If you undercut me one more time, I swear I'm gonna kick you in the butt. Ahem. Miss Sparkle came to the fashion store to buy herself a brand new tie. She didn't come back out. After a long time, the shopkeeper went in to see what was going on, but instead discovered Miss Sparkle's body. She had been strangled to death. There were 3 suspects on the scene, namely a Pepashi shopkeeper named Wright, a Foxian gambler named Zhang Shan, and a wealthy Intellitron trader called Lefton.
Our old friends.
It's not just to aid your memory. We've added more descriptions to help tell them apart.
Miss Sparkle is so gracious.
Based on surveillance footage, witness testimony, and various pieces of evidence, the killer is ultimately among these 3, and they were not working in cahoots.
You're too lazy to be a suspect, right?
Oh, for the laughter! If I talk anymore with you, it'll make my pure soul filthy!
Detective Black Swan, the dossiers are over here. You can learn more about the suspects from me. I trust you'll be able to cut through the hogwash and find out who Miss Sparkle's killer is.
Hello, Panda. I already drink water.
Let me introduce the identities of these suspects to you. It's very straightforward. First of all is the shopkeeper, Wright. He's one of the Pepashi people and only stands as tall as Sparkle's waist, which is often a source of teasing for him. He can get pretty salty about it. Next up, you have the merchant Lefton. He wants to join up with the Penacony Trading Guild and is in direct competition with Miss Sparkle. That could be a motive for killing her. Finally, there is the gambler Zhang Shan. He lost a bet to Miss Sparkle, and he had to hand over his family heirloom. It's possible he harbored a grudge against her. That's all the information we have. Do you need me to repeat it?
That won't be necessary. I remember it all. And there's the tie.
That skit before said that the deceased was strangled. Is this tie some kind of joke murder weapon?
The tag on the tie reads, "Only for Imperial Master Lefton." Seems like it's one of Miss Sparkle's personal belongings.
That's not how you use the word imperial.
There's an accounting book lying on the ground. It must have been specially placed there by Sparkle.
On the title page is written Chen Katong. Is that someone's name? A code name. Oh, I think it's the name of the owner of this book.
This Jian Katong person should be Sparkle's targeted victim this time around.
Oh my god. This game is not happening.
So, it's just like the first case then. Only 2 pieces of evidence. The rest hidden inside her memories again, right?
Miss Sparkle doesn't want to distract your investigation.
She doesn't want to distract our investigation? What a law-abiding citizen this Sparkle is. Why doesn't she surrender then?
I had this sample before. I think that's how. This up over there. Uh,
A little stool that seems quite normal. There are 2 small footprints drawn on it in crayon.
The footprints, which are half as big as standard, must belong to a Pepeshi person.
Perhaps it's just that this person's drawing skills are extraordinary. What's that smell? Why is there a smoked red herring there?
Mr. Sampo, take a look. This is a wonderful smoked red herring.
Somebody save me from this cringe joke.
Even among the fools I know, Miss Sparkle's sense of humor stands out from the rest.
Have you dealt with many masked fools before?
No, only a handful. After all, I prefer warm memories baked in sunshine. They're the ones that usually belong to kind people.
This clock is...
Open it up and take a look.
So there's a ring inside. This is evidence too. Why was it planted inside another device?
Because this ring was found inside the victim's mouth. We want to reconstruct the scene of the crime.
In the victim's mouth?
Hey, there's something engraved inside the ring. Zhongshan family heirloom. That should be it. Let's head out.
I have to thank you, Mr. Assistant Detective, but the puzzle this time is pretty strange.
I agree.
Have you found out who the killer is?
Just some shallow intuition. Anyway, let's report back to the sheriff for now.
Oh, for the laughter! Didn't think I'd be seeing Detective Black Swan so soon. Was that? You found out who the killer is?
Pretty much.
You live up to your reputation, Detective Black Swan. As smart as the nest of magpies roosting in the roof of my Uncle Frank's garage.
This guy is mixing up his birds here.
Then go ahead. Who is the killer, and what evidence do you have to prove the case?
Not in the
In my opinion, there is no murderer for this case.
What do you mean by that?
Uh,
It doesn't. Looks like Miss Sparkle is more careful. It doesn't. Looks like Miss Sparkle is more careful. This ring is a piece of evidence, right?
That's right! That's the one! Zhongshan stormed into the changing room to try and get his ring back, flustering Miss Sparkle, who swallowed it! Who would have guessed that the ring would get stuck in her throat? Zhongshan repaid evil with kindness and tried to borrow a tie to help Miss Sparkle squeeze out the ring. But sadly, she couldn't be saved. What a tragedy! If it weren't for your incisive detective work, the 3 suspects would all be facing grave injustice.
Is something wrong here? This is too easy. The first case wasn't hard, but this one...
As you can imagine, the conclusions that the evidence points to are not mutually exclusive. Which means, this is probably another prank from Miss Sparkle. Mr. Assistant Detective, please feel free to point out a suspect as the murderer.
Ah, I see. Sheriff, the murderer is Lefton. The evidence is the tie, right?
Correct, Detective Sampo. I never thought you'd be able to deduce the truth.
Sheriff, the murderer is right. The evidence is the stool, right?
Yes! For the laughter, how did I fail to realize this formidable intellect of yours?
Then, right from the start, there was no murderer. The evidence is the ring. Whatever, I'm just spitballing here.
Goodness me! Deputy Sheriff, is he really a genius? How could such an unfathomable mystery be solved so easily by him?
Ugh.
Look, Miss Sparkle has given us a puzzle where every single answer is correct.
Why take it so seriously? Miss Sparkle is a masked fool, not a masked genius. If it's a challenging puzzle you want, please go out there and turn right until you get to the Intelligentsia Guild. We're only responsible for providing an entertaining detective experience. Anyway, since our genius detective Black Swan has cracked the case, I will now share Miss Sparkle's next puzzle with you.
So that's it? This is just going to go on and on forever? We can't do that.
Hmm.
Then I wish you both the best. Oh yes, if you're not in a hurry, I can tell you the answers for some of the outcomes you never chose.
Just as you said, solving puzzles is all just a cover for something else. That girl is toying with us. What should we do now? Just keep getting led around by her?
Truly, Miss Sparkle is a fascinating person. She seems chaotic inside, but easy enough to understand. Like a performer on the stage or child hungering for attention. This game will be over soon. This time, we're going to catch her.
Miss Black Swan, Mr. Sampo, you're finally here. I am the famed detective of Penacony. And next to me here is my assistant detective.
A murder in a locked room has left us all stumped.
As expected, another change in setting.
Yesterday, my assistant and I were visiting the famed artist Miss Sparkle, and we stayed the night. But this morning, Miss Sparkle didn't come out of her bedroom. The butler, Jean Chen, said that the door was locked from inside.
I've missed a bit
so
of
we
the
ought not
story.
to have disturbed
Can
her.
you explain what
But Miss
happened in the
Sparkle had
game
never
since the
slept in
beginning?
so late. And no matter how hard he knocked, there was no answer from inside.
As soon as I heard, I knew something must have happened. So I acted decisively and broke the door down to get inside.
The story, the story is it's a very pretty long. You are talking about this party, it's not so important.
The room was
So far, this story quest has been kinda
lying
meh.
in the middle, her face white as snow. One look told me she'd been dead for some time.
Thinking quickly, I grabbed the artist canvas to staunch Miss Sparkle's blood, but alas, poor Miss Sparkle. She's left us now forever.
The quest for Sparkle and the
Left in the
next one.
And Wright the driver were also at the scene of the crime. What would you like to do?
Presumably, Miss Sparkle is now carefully arranging the next crime scene, right? Why don't you skip all this rigmarole and just have a heart-to-heart conversation with me? It might tickle a little.
Wait up! Wait up!
Honest kid. I know where you are, Miss Sparkle.
No cheating!
Huh. Mr. Assistant Detective. You seem to be getting anxious.
No, it's... This locked room murder case is pretty fun. I want to guess who it was.
Let's go. Can't keep a girl waiting, can we?
Hey, Miss Black Swan, wait up! Wait up! Miss Sparkle has one final message to announce.
Ding-a-ling! Now comes the most exciting and romantic moment in any drama. The audience challenge. Everyone knows that the mighty masked fool Sparkle can change her appearance to look like others. And in this drama, the villain Sparkle has disguised herself as another character. So then, I put to you, which character is it? Also, if you're interested in the locked room case that the memo keeper ignored, you can try out your powers of deduction. I put lots into coming up with the puzzle, so don't let it go to waste. Thus, the masked genius Miss Sparkle has thrown down the gauntlet. All the clues are in motion. Happy hunting!
Miss, why didn't you just do this earlier?
Such a crude approach violates my aesthetics of memory. But as a means to an end, I need to put this aside for a more indifferent process.
There's no weird, sweet dreams troupe, nor is there evidence strewn all over the place. We finally caught up with her. But what's that thing? A Bella Boggian trash can? In Penacony?
Hey, dear Memo Keeper and Mr. Coldfeet, you made it. I didn't expect you to skip the final puzzle. That's on me. All right. Miss Sparkle cares not for the faults of ants like me. Come then, this is the final question. Listen up. What creature has 4 legs in the morning, 2 legs in the afternoon, and 3 legs at night?
No murder case this time around?
Sometimes it's nice to take things easy. Come on, dear, give me your answer then.
What question?
Seeing as you're right here in front of me like this, then I guess the answer is a trash can, right?
Womp womp. Wrong answer. That's funky, but a wild guess. The correct answer is Sparkle. When sleepy in the morning, she can't get out of bed. She runs about all afternoon in a fluster, so is exhausted by evening, but has to still raise a hand to hold a toothbrush. Poor Sparkle. So naturally, she's got 4 legs in the morning, 2 legs in the afternoon, and 3 legs at night.
What the heck was that jibber-jabber?
What a cute answer.
Thanks for the compliment, my dear. But you can't try to fool me, seeing as you've just tried to cheat. Wrong answer. Accept your punishment.
Destiny isn't chosen. Ill tidings manifest.
There's more to life. Existence is unity. Stand still. Good times. Time to say bye. Boom.
Ah!
Receive divinity.
Thanks. You're too
Eternal
good to me.
the dead return!
Ill fate descends.
Somehow. Relax.
Holy smokes! What's up with this guy? He just came out swinging from nowhere! Huh? No voices? This guy's pretty quiet. Miss, let's hurry up. Flip open the lid and find the girl.
Wait. Don't move. Something's off.
Miss, you killed Sparkle! How is this possible? How can people die inside Penacony's dreamscape? In the Garden of Recollection? What did you do? You did this, didn't you? Killing people in their dreams. Only the Remembrance has the powers to do that. You planned it out all from the start because she teased you and was pranking you. You wanted to kill her. Oh, I understand. You refused to let me go because you wanted to drag me into all of this. If I don't agree, I'll end up just like she did.
There is no death inside Penacony's dreamscape. That's the promise of the family and the blessing of the harmony. Not even a memo keeper can break this barrier. There's no need to take such great pains. If you just want confirmation, I've already told you the answer, Miss Sparkle.
Miss Sparkle? Who are you talking to?
You. Sparkle has disguised herself as another character. Wouldn't that be you, Mr. Sampo?
This? Don't jump to conclusions! If you want to accuse me of being Sparkle, you have to provide the evidence. Oh, I'm afraid evidence is a little too hard to come by. So, deduction will do.
The hint for the final question was a little too obvious.
Oh, you mean the locked room murder? I thought you weren't doing that one.
All the painstaking effort that Miss Sparkle put into it. How could I ever miss it? The key to solving the puzzle lay in two pieces of information put forward by the detectives. First, the large splatter of blood at the crime scene. Second, the victim had been dead for some time. Based on my shallow understanding, I can only draw two conclusions. One is that the murderer did not need to create a locked room case, because a locked room always needs a reason to exist. But, based on the detective's description, this locked room did not delay the discovery of the body. There was no third party at the crime scene to frame, and the blood everywhere didn't look like a faked suicide. That being so, the murderer seems to have no reason for creating a locked room. There is also reason to speculate that if the crime scene was a locked room, then its creator might not necessarily be the murderer. As for my second conclusion, it's even more obvious still. When everyone broke into the scene of the crime, why did the assistant rush off to staunch the blood? A trained professional was somehow happily destroying a crime scene just to save someone who's obviously been dead a while. The answer is simple. It's because the assistant detective is the murderer. At the time, I was in such a hurry that I didn't hear the whole mystery. I tentatively speculated that the murderer had killed the victim the night before, but hadn't locked the door from the inside. And so, when he learned this piece of information, he realized that the victim had created their own locked room mystery. That's why he had to rush to the crime scene as soon as possible, to confirm whether or not the victim left any evidence implicating him. And, judging by his behavior, it probably had something to do with that canvas, like some final words. Of course, this is just a simple mind game. The answer to the puzzle isn't important. Miss Sparkle just wanted to pass on one hint to me, that the murderer is the assistant detective. Which means it's you, Mr. Sampo. I've been using this term of address, but it was you who first came up with it.
Has anyone ever told you that you're more like a detective than a memo keeper?
In my opinion, there is no difference between the two. Follow ripples along the surface of the water. Use some abilities and tricks to keep diving deeper, and touch that secret deep inside people's hearts. Salvage it, and protect them carefully. The truth does not lie. Neither do memories.
Exquisite reasoning, and very close to the truth. But I have another answer. Would you like to hear it?
Another answer?
The great artiste Sparkle locked herself away in her bedroom using red paint to create the semblance of spattered blood everywhere. And that assistant detective who was first on the scene, who confirmed her death, was not the murderer, but rather an accomplice who assisted her in faking her own death.
What a pity, such a pity. My dear, you were so close to the right answer. Unfortunately, the right answer is... Miss Sparkle's body. Sparkle was disguised as Sparkle's body. Ding-a-ling! I won!
Does Miss Sparkle's body even count as a real character?
Why not? Miss Sparkle's body appeared in all 3 of those skits just then.
It's a little bit forced, but it's fine. So, who is this Mr. Sampo, then?
Beautiful lady, I already confessed everything to you earlier on. I really didn't know a thing. I just helped a friend send a letter. That's all.
So I've been running a fool's errand this whole time.
My dear, why so serious? Haven't you been having a great time? I have, at least. You take memories, and I get joy. We get what we need from each other. Seeing as we're such kindred spirits, but also such loners. Why don't you come and work with me? Ooh, we can dance ballet together.
Oh? Am I understanding this correctly? A masked fool inviting me to work together?
A show of unprecedented splendor is about to be staged in Penacony. If you're too late to take the stage, you can work behind the scenes. If you want to appreciate this drama, you have to stand up under that spotlight as you take the stage and watch the dancing envelop you. Come with me. This is the best seat in the house.
I don't really understand why you're so fixated on destroying family barriers. But, as I said before, a memo keeper can't help you. It's frankly above my pay grade. Also, I don't consider you a loner. Oh, I don't mean him, but rather behind you. The one who hired you to come to Penacony probably doesn't want you secretly linking up with other forces, right?
How did you know?
Memory is like the deep blue sea. But if you try to catch two fish with one cast, you might not be satisfied with your catch.
So, you mean you're refusing? Memo Keeper, did you think you could just leave?
Why not?
My dear, I don't want to scare you. You'll know the answer sooner or later. We're just getting to know each other a little today. If you ever change your mind, come find me at the tavern. That is, if you can find me. Let's go, Sampo? Sampo. Who is Sampo?
This is Bellabug, right?
I said, why not? Don't worry. Such a crude approach violates my statics of memory. So once you leave my sight, you'll be able to remember everything again. And also, I'm sorry, my dear. My dream dance partner? I've already got sights on someone else.
Wow.
What a special dream this has been. Did you notice its nested structure? Being part of a play inside the dreamscape is as weird and captivating as being in a dream within a dream. That's the end of Miss Blackswan's dream bubble. Are you satisfied with your experience?
I'm turning out to be.
I noticed that the people in your dream were familiar to you. It's worth repeating that dreams are just dreams. And in Penacony, dreams can be processed, or even tampered. Things in our dreams cannot be trusted, let alone in someone else's dreamscape. If there's any information that you'd like to confirm, please do so by the cold, hard light of reality. Sweet dreams.
Really? I wouldn't do anything to her.
Don't worry about that, Memo Keeper. Let's talk about my thing. I've helped you out with everything you've asked, as agreed. Shouldn't you give my mask back to me now?
Since when did the masked fools suddenly start respecting agreements? Just kidding. I loved seeing that look on your face. Take this key to the tavern cellar, third barrel on the left. You never saw me. But Sampo, after all this time, what made you suddenly want to take back your mask? This doesn't seem like the Sampo I know. Let me guess. A catastrophe is coming to Urello 6. Am I right?
Well, no comment about that. But I love that line you said. If you're too late to take the stage, you can work behind the scenes. That really makes sense. Sometimes even an old-timer like me feels like taking the stage and making a fool out of myself.
If you're all out of options, please get in touch with me. I'm the kind of person who values friendship highly.
Forget it. You'll be doing me a favor if you stay away from Bellabog. After all, the elation that Miss Sparkle seeks isn't something old Sempo can stand by. Go tell Giovanni I said hi.
Fine, I'm just spitballing here. Don't take it so seriously. Why so serious?
Some people will have a 5-star as a Legion. I'm pretty sure of that. What's it? First. Oh, put a memo. Keeper forgets it. Memo. Hey, real black stuff. Please don't come back. I'm gonna get deja vu. Hey, you might be. hang on. A unique express. I need more. Huh? Okay. Okay, we only have oh my god. Okay, we have a bunch of side quests. Well, I must say I'm happy with today. A little early than usual. The end I was expecting more, but fine. I believe that the next trains of the Honkai Star Rail will be close to the end of the uh this banner. I will try to get the Ichiu. Yes, Ichiu. I know that it's impossible, but I will think. Uh, I mean, we have a good chance for at least E1. I believe it's the end of the. We will finish this. We have the event. We have the event. I think that we will have more perfection and the hammer skills. Oh yeah, everyone, thank you very much for watching. Hope that you guys enjoyed it. It was really fun. A bunch of people collecting too. But, oh my god, yeah, we have a bunch of people and we are receiving. Okay. Those things are not that hard for me. So yeah, I will do this walkthrough. We finish the main story and the main um companion quest. So we did everything that we could. Okay. Thank you very much for watching. Hope that you guys enjoyed it. And good night. Yeah. Thank you really much for watching to now. But is still playing Slime Rancher 2. Oh my